Guys, hey, how's it going? Happy evening, good Wednesday night. It's time for another round of some gaming. We finished Valhalla, so I forgot to update my Twitch channel. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do permanently for Wednesday nights. Thinking of doing a Dead by Daylight, making that Wednesday nights, and then Sunday will be the whatever game I want to play. But in the meantime, until I get that overlay set up, I already had this one because I took a quick look at this game and I really loved the idea behind this, so I wanted to give this game a shot. So without further ado, my name is Ari, I'm a barista at my coffee shop, and let's get this game started. Seattle, 2020. A city filled with dreams and madness. A time when the great war between races is but a footnote in history. A time when anyone can dream of being whatever they want to be. And have those dreams crushed before they can even be discussed. Great start. But still, it is a place and time where anything can happen. It is when the elves have left the forest to build their startups. When the dwarves have emerged from their caves to start their automotive empires. When the orcs have put down their axes and started using computers to improve their lives. And when humans live among them as driven as ever. It is a city that holds the many dreams and stories of its people. Yeah, I love the art style already. Most of these stories are left untold, but some few find solace in the embrace of bricks and wood and glass. They are told over drinks, then take up residence in some stranger's memories. In one corner of the city stands a coffee shop. Right about here. A place that is only open when the sun is sleeping. A place where people share their stories. And these are their stories. Welcome to Coffee Talk, my shop. I have my own cup of coffee with me because I'm tired. So today is Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Oh, what a bad year. Lovely store. Oh, hello. Oh, it's you. Hey, Ari. How's the night so far? It's calm, as usual. What's this? Tomodachi. Freya. Hello, Freya. Birthday, January 29th, writer for the evening, whispers, talks about mundane things, art, and life in general. That's cool. Georgie. And Gala. How cute. We've got a slight problem, though. Huh? What happened? I love the art design. My supplier made some logistical errors. I don't have half of my ingredients today. Man, that's a bummer. Don't worry. I can still serve the caffeine you desperately need. That's good to hear. Anyway, let me set things up first. You're our first customer, after all. Don't worry. Take your time. I'm a writer, not an editor. Oh, what's over here? Brew pad. Okay. Caffeine boost dominated by milk. Italian delight. Chocolate. Blacker than moonless night. Hollow and more bitter than hell itself. Both sweet and savory with a hint of bitterness for the heart. Oh my, we're gonna make a lot of drinks by the time this is over. So, I'm used to taking things slow. Writer's block again? You got that right. What are you writing now? Do you remember my plan to... Ah, pardon the interruption. The machine's ready. Do you want your triple shot espresso now? Yes, please. And if you forget how to make it, just check your phone, okay? How does she know what my business is like? Anyway, I really need that triple shot espresso. Okay, so she wants espresso, so we go to this. She wants an espresso. All it takes is coffee, coffee, and coffee. I believe that's it, so let's brew it. And serve it. 1 cup of triple shot espresso. Special for my only customer tonight. That aroma. Ah, exactly what I need. Anyway, where were we? Your plan to do something? Yes, that. It's not that I hate writing stories for the newspaper, you know. But it seems like the right time for something bigger. So, a novel? Yes. It sounds so simple when I was making the plan. At least you still have your job. In case things go awry. Array. Okay, I'm not gonna laugh. Did I say something wrong? No, you were right. You said something I should have thought about myself. What are you talking about? You know who owns the Evening Whispers? GRA Media, right? Yes. And they are also the biggest book publisher in the country. So when an opportunity presented itself, I took it. What do you mean by opportunity? Well, I bumped into one of the big guys in the elevator. So naturally, I pitched my book idea. Oh dear Lord Freya. Come on, don't look at me like that. Are you for real? Yeah, I know, it was such a stupid thing to do. So, how did they react? Thankfully, he's seen my short stories. So he challenged me. If I can get a draft ready in a month, he'll pull some strings and get the fiction publishing division to sign me up for a publishing deal. Oh wow, that sounds great. What about your job at the Evening Whispers? Do you have time to do both? That's the hard part. I've been secretly working on the novel during office hours. Oh dear, no. And I'm falling behind on the newspaper's deadlines. If the chief finds out, she'll probably kick me out. Ouch. Well, at least you've got a month to finish the initial draft. That was last week. Oh, jeez. Again, don't look at me like that. How far along are you? I assume the number of words you have written is not too far from 0. Hey, that's rude. I've written some stuff, you know. No, I don't, that's why I asked. May I see it? Well... It was so bad that, well, after reading it, I decided to just delete everything immediately. Oh, very good. So, 0? Yes. I really need to finish it at most 2 weeks. Holy crap! Then I'll use the extra week to polish and do some editing. Sounds like a plan. If you can pull it off. I know, you don't need to be so cynical about it. That's why I'm here today. I'm hoping to find some inspiration. I wrote some of my best short stories here, you know. Really? Glad this place could be a service. Oh, it looks like someone's coming. Welcome. And hello. Hi there. Hello. Good evening. For here, miss? Yes, please. I'm not really sure what to order, though. What do you recommend? That depends highly on your mood. I'm just here to meet my boyfriend. Not planning to be awake all night. So definitely no coffee. How about something chocolatey? It's perfect for this weather. That's a good idea, actually. Thank you. You're welcome. Anything with chocolate in, please. So she wants chocolate, I believe. Oh. Okay, I guess I didn't learn much. Let's... Boop. Boom. She wants something with chocolate and no coffee in it. We want to do dark chocolate, so let's see, chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Here we go. One cup of chocolatey goodness. Thank you. So warm. So, you're waiting for your boyfriend? Yes, he should be here soon. Look at you now. You went from empty to 3 customers in one night. I thought this place would be more crowded, considering it's the only coffee shop that's still open after midnight around here. Because it's the only coffee shop that's still open past midnight, it's mostly empty. Now that you mention it, is it good for business having the coffee shop only open at night? Holy crap, my eyes. Definitely not. Yep, what she said. Then why? I just love doing it. And there's always someone longing for a warm drink at this hour. That's fascinating. Pardon me for asking. But how can you survive running the coffee shop like this? That's a secret. Ari here is damn rich. That's the secret. Oh, really? She's exaggerating. Don't worry about it. Ari can manage. I'm sure this place isn't going bankrupt anytime soon. So you still have a weird, quiet place to meet up at night? That's good to hear. By the way, are you a regular here? I don't really have anywhere else to go. I'm a writer who works at best at night and in a coffee shop. Not so many options for that. Huh, no wonder. She's a pretty good writer, you know. You can find some of her stories in the Evening Whispers. Shut up! Wow, that's really interesting. What kind of things do you cover? I cover the stories of people around town. Personal, interesting, weird stories. I also contribute to their short stories. I love their fiction. You wrote those stories? Thank you. I wrote most of them, but not all. That's so cool. Then, are you here to write a new piece? I should be, but I don't even know what to write about. Oh, this must be the boyfriend. Hello, elf boy. Welcome. Hi. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's okay. I had a nice chat with the fine folks here. Hi there. Hello. Hi, would you like to order something? Surprise me. What kind of order is that? Well, I don't really know what to order. Do you have any preferences, sir? Something bitter to keep me awake with milk. Oh, and draw some latte on art on the top. Bitter to keep him awake. I guess cappuccino would be it. So coffee, and milk. Let's see. Here we go. Oh dear. I'll be right. Here's your order. This is what you call latte art? Oh, screw you, elf. That's cute. Perfect. Anyway, I was distracted by some work, plus there's the rain. It's okay, Baileys. I wasn't having a nice chat with them. Oh yeah, I haven't properly introduced myself. I'm Baileys. Oh, where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself either. My name is Lua. Hello, new friends. Nice profile pic. And she's Frenchy? Oh, freelance artist, huh? Cool. He's a pumpkin spice fan. Probably gonna be useful later. Hi, I'm Freya. Nice to meet both of you. I'm Ari. Hey, did you hear that? Did you know that Freya here is a writer for the Evening Whispers? Oh, really? I've done some work for them a few times. Oh? What kind of work? I'm a freelance designer and illustrator. I've done some caricatures and infographics for the paper. I assume you're in contact with Steve? Yep, he's a nice guy to work with. Oh, really? No, he isn't. I've dealt with worse clients. Way worse. Yeah, I'm glad he's in the design and visuals department. I wouldn't be able to stand working with him directly. Come on. He's tough to deal with, but definitely not the worst. Oh, of course. No matter how deep you go, there's always another layer of hell. How do you usually deal with bad customers here? The only bad customers this late at night are lost drunks or criminals. That sounds really bad. Nah, they're easy to handle. That's because you're good with your fists. Not as good as your coffee making skill, though. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment, Freya. You're welcome. Anyway, I really need to start writing. Whatever it is that I'm going to write. So, I'll leave you two. In the hands of our friendly neighborhood barista. Where are you going to write? Oh, not far. Just over at that table in the corner. Next to the windows. That's my spot. Oh, okay. Have fun. I'll try. Good luck. Thanks. Should we move to other seats too? Here's good. Okay then. So how was your day? It was fine. Work was nothing special. I finished my proposal early so I could get out of the office. Plus, my boss was in a really good mood all day. I thought your boss was always a happy-go-lucky person. Well, he is. But today he was happier than usual. I'm not sure what happened, but it was great seeing him smile so much. What about you? Any problems with your latest client? Yeah, this one is a pain in the ass. You know those memes that depict terrible clients? Well, she fits all the bills. I could go on forever complaining about her, but that won't help me a bit. You should make a meme about her. And lose my current project for a minute of laughter? That might be worth it. You should ask Ari about how to deal with annoying clients. Oh yeah? How do you usually deal with annoying customers? Way to put me on the spot, Lua. The ones you don't need your fist to take care of. I do have my own methods, but it wouldn't be wise to talk about customers to other customers. Now that's one good lesson learned for the day. Oh. Your parents? Yep. So you've talked to them? I did. It didn't end well? No. What do they say? A lot. They don't give us a chance at all? Anyone but an elf. That's what they said. How about you? More or less the same. I got into a fight with my old man. That's why I'm staying at Farron's place now. They kicked you out? You don't have to do this, you know. They're your family. I can't stand even one more second being a part of them. I might not have a stable income, but I can manage. But still, you don't know what they said about you last night. I'm sorry. What did they say about me? Or about my race, I assume. Forget it. I want to know. Just the same old shit. Mumbling about how elves are holy creatures, about our immortality, about how even if I outlive you... What? Nothing. About how if you outlive me, no other elves would want to be with an elf that's already been tainted by a lowly succubus. Ooh, dead on the nail. That's exactly what they said. So this is it then. The end of our relationship. Oh man, you gotta hate it when families ruin relationships. It doesn't have to be. You know, our families will never agree. We can just continue like this. What do you mean? They don't need to know that we're still dating. We can just continue the way we've always been, without them knowing. And then what? Do you want to be hiding our relationship for the rest of eternity? Oof. We're not like humans, you know. Stand right here. We can't just elope. You don't get permission because you're too old. Lua, I don't care about their permission. I'll be glad to sever my family ties if I have to. I can't let you do that. You'll lose your immortality. Whoa, what? If I get to spend my life with you, I don't mind. I don't mind a bit. You're making this hard for both of us. Do you feel happy when you're with me? Of course I do. And you don't need any more reasons. You know we're perfect for each other. You don't even need to look deep down. Trust me, we can do this together. I can't think about this clearly right now. We'll talk later. Oh, wait. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry I had to listen to our problems. That's alright. This coffee shop has seen all kinds of stories. I do hope yours will have a happy ending. I hope so too. Do you have any alcohol? Sadly, no. That's a bummer. Well, do you have anything that's warm and can calm me down? Do you like green tea lattes? Green tea lattes? I'll take one. Alright. Boy wants a green tea latte. Green tea and milk. Here's your green tea latte. This is good. Thank you for this. By the way, are you married? Way to put me on the spot there, buddy. I mean, me? No. Do you have someone you love? I love this coffee shop. But I'm sure that's not the answer you're looking for. I didn't really have any expectations. Thanks, running a coffee shop isn't easy. Man, out of all the people in the whole world, why did I fall for her? You can't choose who you fall in love with. You can, if you try hard enough. At least that's what my old man said. He really is one pretentious elf. But I guess all of them are. Entitled, pretentious, and mortal douchebags. At least you have an eternity to learn and change. Or an eternity to be an eternal asshole. Anyway, I need to go now and probably drink myself under until the sun rises. There's still a while until sunrise. More time for me to drink then. See you around. See you around too, Miss Freya. Thank you. Do visit again. Yeah, that was a rough spot. You were listening from the corner? Yes. Poor souls. I hope they find a way to be together. Me too. Anyway, I need to leave. I have to get up earlier than usual tomorrow. Okay. I think I'm gonna close the shop up after this. That's pretty early. I know. After the rest of the deliveries come in tomorrow, I'll open as usual. Okay, you have a good night then. You too. Bedchamber. A cup of for those longing for a deep slumber. ZZZs. That's cute. Wednesday, September 23rd. Zombie virus from Africa may have reached Seattle. Seattle groceries distribution problems harm local restaurants. Oh, that's my story. Fire plans to enforce stricter regulations to manage illegal immigration. How do you save? Okay. Bingo. Now we're in somewhere. Good evening. Good gracious. What is wrong with you? Can't you just enter like a normal customer? I'm sorry, but I'm so excited to share this with you as soon as I check my Tomodachi. My self-summary. Freelance designer, museum and art gallery frequenter, art school graduate, will draw and design for food and shelter. Oh, we're buddies. We're getting to be buddies now. What are you talking about? I know what to write for my novel. Is it one of your impulsive temporary ideas again? Hey, don't be rude. I'm being serious here. Okay, just tell me, what are you going to write about? This coffee shop. What? What? I'm gonna write stories about this coffee shop and the people who come here. Are you for real? Yes. What if I say you can't do that? I'm not asking permission. That's like a breach of the customer's personal lives, you know. Relax, I know that. I just need some inspiration from this place. The stories themselves will be loosely based on from what I hear and see here. How loosely based? Knife Walker novel versus movie level loosely based. The old one? Of course I'm talking about the old one. That's already very different, you know. You can't get more different than that. I mean, it's not like I can tell you not to write about a coffee shop, right? No, you can't. Although you can just ban me from coming. Okay, you're banned. What? Just kidding. I wouldn't do that to my loyal customer. Very funny. Thanks for not banning me, though. Anyway, I'm really excited to see who's gonna come tonight. Wonder what kind of stories they'll have. Oh, we do have a customer. Oh, Silverbolt, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Coffee Talk. My new shop, I'm a barista. And welcome, Georgie? Good evening, y'all. Good evening, Officer Georgie. Hey, Pop. Seems like you're in high spirits this evening, Miss Freya. And please, Ari, no need to be that formal with me. We're both on duty here. Hence the formalities. Welcome to the coffee shop, Silverbolt. Hope you enjoyed this playthrough. You're as stiff as ever. Anyway, I have a shift tonight, so I'll need the usual. You have all the ingredients today? Not everything, but more than yesterday. Except for tea. I'm out of tea. You still remember my favorite, right? Coffee with a hint of sweetness. You got that right. Make sure not to use milk. Yeah. Thanks to your Tomodachi profile, everyone knows you're lactose intolerant, Georgie. Anyway, a cup of sweet, healthy coffee, please. Let's see, he wants coffee with sweet. These are just coffee, right? Sweet, healthy coffee. With no milk. So I guess that would be espresso, because he's lactose intolerant. I mean, that's literally all I have. It's coffee with milk here. That's chocolate, coffee. Yeah, that's literally espresso's my only option. Yes. Are you kidding me? Honey, ginger. Honey coffee. Well, you know, you learn a new ingredient. Coffee with honey for the man on duty. Not everyone can manage this combination as well as you. Thank you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything myself. Provide me with service like you gave that old pop here, please. What are you having? You still need to ask, huh? You never know. Espresso, of course. The one and only espresso. Yep, she wants espresso, so that was just straight up coffee, coffee, coffee. And what was on the profile that got my attention? Born and raised Seattle, a lactose intolerant cop. Here we go, the espresso. A starless night sky for the green-haired fairy. I'm not even sure whether that's a compliment or not. I mean, I do like the green hair. What about you, Silverbolt? This is perfect. So how's everything going at the paper, Miss Freya? As usual. Awful. She's making a risky deal with her boss. Yeah, pretty much. What kind of deal? Don't worry, it's not the drug kind. A possible life-altering deal. A very dangerous one at that. Okay. A deal she regretted. Not that much. Folks, seriously. Care to share the details properly? You tell them. She's secretly using her work hours to do something else. Something like writing her own novel. You got balls, I can tell you that. She does. Gee, thank you. How's the leap of faith going so far? It's not slowing down, that's for sure. And I haven't seen any safe haystacks to fall into. Good luck with that. Don't worry, she's not losing her job. At least, not yet. Her life will be pretty hard if she messes this thing up, though. Thank you for the reminder. So yeah, as Ari said, my editor-in-chief doesn't know about it yet. But my novel is going to be published by our parent company anyway. So technically, I'm still doing work for the company. She'll be really pissed if she finds out, though. Wait, is stealing time a crime? Technically, I might have to arrest you. Uh-oh. Hey, you do it all the time, too. Those are just coffee breaks. Sometimes they might take longer than they're meant to. But still, coffee breaks. You're making me feel worse by saying that. You should feel bad. Stop adding salt to the wound, okay? It's just a fact. I'm not sure whether this will make you feel better or not, but if your writing career goes up in flames, the police force is always looking for people with balls as big as yours. Just don't mention that you like to do other things during working hours. I want to say thanks, but I feel like I should be offended. I'm sure you'll do just fine, Miss Freya. Do you have any idea what you're going to write? I have, actually. Oh, good. What will it be about? A coffee shop and the stories people tell inside. You're letting her do that? There's no stopping her. What's wrong? Please don't write about any shady-looking police officers who love to take breaks more than they should inside a coffee shop near their post. I will definitely write about that police officer. He'll make a good comedic character. Was that a compliment or are you making fun of me? I would call that a compliment. Is it? I don't think so. Hey, what do you have against me tonight? Harry's probably worried about losing customers due to breach of privacy. Come on, it's not like I'll be using real names. And I'm dramatized most things I've heard, of course. That's even worse. Here's the thing. The stories I've heard, they'll only be the inspiration for what I write. By the way, as someone stationed here, I assume you've heard a lot of stories from the people around here, right? No. Come on. Nope. No, no, no. You helped me once with one of the stories I wrote for the paper. The one about the secretly rich beggar hanging around the block. I'm sure you can give me other interesting tips. I helped you more than once, actually. What? Really? Now it's my turn to say, come on. Which stories are you talking about? You asked for information about the busker. The one who's always playing his guitar, always got a rose with him. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, poor guy. Hearing about your girlfriend passing during an investigation is... I don't know. It's hard. He took it quite well, to be honest. It was hard, but at least you gave him closure. He never complained that you used his story for the paper. I got his blessing before giving it to the editors. Well, at least he's become more popular since the article was published. More income for someone in his line of work. Yeah, the rose has become some kind of prop for him now. Anyway, back to the topic. Any hot tips? Okay. Have you heard about this one girl? Oh, tell me. Lately, this girl's been coming to a coffee shop in the area more than before. She's pretty weird. I don't know what her deal is. But she has bright green hair. Oh my god. Oh, come on. I was so excited to hear about something real. You think you're not real? Wow, that went deep fast. Faster than my career going downhill. Hey, what's with the sudden mood? Yeah, cheer up, girl. Ugh. Sorry, I'm having mood swings because of the pressure. You'll do just fine. I mean, you're great with your short stories. By the way, why this coffee shop? Because I spend a lot of my time here, I guess. And then, there's this couple that visited the coffee shop yesterday. What about them? They're going through a pretty hard time together. You know, different races, different cultures, families don't approve. When I heard their story, I kind of felt their pain. What's happening to them happens to a lot of people. It's been told in fictional form countless times before, but it's always an interesting topic to discuss. Are they regulars here? No, actually quite strangers. Nope. The girl visited this place before, if I'm not mistaken. She was with her coworkers or clients. Helping her friends sober up, I guess. You gave people coffee to sober up? Of course not. Some folks request coffee, but I recommend against it. I usually end up giving them tea, hot chocolate, or just plain water. That's nice of you. I hope they don't get pissed about the wrong order. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Good for you. Anyway, look at the time. It's time for my shift. Oh yeah, go on, do your job, old man. Don't forget to share anything that interesting you hear with me. Let's not make this a habit. Can't promise you that. Okay then, see you later, everyone. Take care, Officer Georgie. Later. I think I need to go back to my writing. No offense, but I need to concentrate like crazy. So I'll move to my usual corner. Good luck with the writing. And don't forget to keep yourself hydrated. Here, take this glass of water. Oh, you're just the best, Ari. You're welcome. Okay, off to the world imagination I go. Go on. Now I have no customers. That should do for the experiment. Ah, someone's coming. Oh, hello, Mr. Gala. Hi, Ari. Can we sit here? Sure thing, sir. Who's the obviously looking vampire dude? This is the place you recommend? You don't like it? It's fine. I know it's not like the coffee shops you're used to in LA, but Gala, it's fine. Sorry to interrupt. Do you want to order anything? Yes. What do you want to drink? You first. Okay. Anything with coffee and ginger, please. Coffee and ginger. First, let me see what we got here. Journalist and short story writer, you can read my surreal and weird short stories at the Evening Whispers, idolize and aspire to be someone like Gail Nailman or Mariki Harakami. That's cool. Huh, interesting. Alright, so let's see. He wanted coffee with ginger. So if I just do coffee and ginger, that should do it. Jahi Tobruk. I guess this is it. Your order is ready, sir. Thank you. How about you, sir? What would you like to order? Is it good? I like it. Not sure if it would be to your liking or not. Okay. I'll have whatever he's having. So that's coffee, and ginger. You want the same. Jabruk Tariq. Jahi Tobruk. Here's your order. Good choice. Anyway, how's the town treating you so far? Oh, I unlocked the new drink. Sweet. Ginger presides over the ground coffee, originally Indonesia. Sweet. That means we got Gala. Same old. I was surprised seeing so many changes after just a few years, though. Yeah, things change a lot in just 20 years. Even this coffee shop, I believe this was a bar back then. When did you open this coffee shop? We opened around 6 years ago, Mr. Hyde. My name is Hyde. From what I gathered, you're from LA, right? I am. I used to live here decades ago, though. What brings you back to Seattle? As I dig up your profile. A supermodel, of course he is. And he is a vegan vampire. Called it. I'm here for work. I'll probably be here for a few weeks. He travels a lot. I see. You two have known each other for a long time, I assume. You could say that. Yeah, I think we met not so long after you got married, right? It was around the 60s, I believe. Oh, that was a long time ago. Not for our kind. Wait, if I'm not mistaken, the peace treaty between werewolves and vampires was signed in 1865. And the year is currently 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Holy cow, he's super old. Let's see, I want to say 165 years? No, wait. No. 155 years. So when you guys say you met in the 60s, are you talking about the 1860s? No, we met in the 1960s. We're old by some racist standards, but not that old. Although it's still fair to say we haven't seen each other in a long time. I guess 20 years is a long time. Yeah, it flippin' is. This was the place, wasn't it, where we first met? Yeah, when it was a bar. They moved? Bankrupt. Ah, such a pity. Uh-huh. You're happy the bar closed down? What's with the smile, if you don't mind? Nothing. I was just wondering. Will history repeat itself? Oh, dude, why would you do that to me? I didn't do anything to you, so why would you do my restaurant? I certainly hope not. I haven't come to your place since the first week you opened. You've got something special here. It won't close down anytime soon. Thank you, Mr. Gala. Speaking of, it's been quite a while since your last visit. Busy at work? Kinda. With the news about that newfound virus going viral, the hospital has been extremely crowded. Oh, I didn't even recognize it. That's a scrub under his jacket. That's amazing. Is the virus that dangerous? No one is sure about that. But most people who come in are just... I don't want to use this word, but they're just paranoid. You're still doing the same job in the same hospital? What was it called? Admission officer. And yes, I'm still a hospital admission officer there. They should have given you a promotion for your loyalty and long service. They offered me a managerial position, but I declined. I preferred doing this. To each their own. Anyway, I was wondering, do they still sell legal blood at your hospital? They do. Although people don't need to visit the hospital directly anymore. They can just order through that Blood Marketplace app. Are you talking about Bloodlast? Uh-huh. Bloodlast get their supply from the hospital? They can't certify blood on their own. Only hospitals and the Ministry of Health can do that. They're just middlemen with a lot of sales promos. You use it often? Not really. I'm trying a new vegan lifestyle, remember? But I do know the founder of that startup. Oh yeah, how's your vegan diet going? It's not easy, but nothing I can't conquer. Excuse me for asking. By going vegan, do you mean you don't drink blood anymore? Not real blood. Synthetic blood. Synthetic blood? It'd be too complicated to explain. But basically, some scientists are working to make some kind of blood that can satisfy my kind without relying on real blood. Considering real blood has some cultural and health concerns, does it taste the same? More or less, yeah. Isn't it expensive? It is. I can afford it though. But again, they're still working on it. Trying to make it more affordable for everyone. Would synthetic blood taste good? If mixed with other ingredients? Why? You want to start selling blood-based drinks? It might attract new customers. And turn off others. Fair point. Honestly, I don't know if mixing it would taste good. Most vampires prefer drinking raw blood. Although some do try experimenting with other things. Other things? Mostly booze. But I know some mix it with not so legal substances. You know a lot. I work in a hospital, remember? Hey, talking about my vegan lifestyle reminded me to ask you something. About what? Your monthly furry. Found a less painful method to restrain yourself? Not yet. But I do know that it's a drink. What kind of drink? A certain combination of ginger and caffeine. Is that why you ordered coffee with ginger? Yes, I'm exploring the possibilities. But this drink wasn't the one. I guess there's too much caffeine in coffee for it to be the remedy. Why don't you use the fairy sedative available on the market? I don't trust them. Besides, that sedative is too general. Each of us has our own remedy that we need to find. And sometimes the effectiveness can change as we grow older. How effective will this drink be? Enough to calm me down. And that's all I need, to be honest. At least your calming method is only a drink. I heard some werewolves need to do kinky stuff to soothe themselves during their furry. Do tell, Hyde. What kind of kinky? Like BDSM. That only happens in porn. Wait, what? It's famous among our kind. You don't have to feel ashamed if you like watching that kind of thing, you know? Hey, a friend told me about it. Well, he was pulling your leg. Damn. I mean, having sex as a calming method is pretty common. But normally we stick to vanilla stuff. Come to think of it, it would be pretty brutal doing bondage stuff during the furry. Exactly. So continue with your story. How far along are you in finding the ingredients for the remedy? So far, all I know is it involves ginger. And probably something lightly caffeinated. Like tea, maybe. You better write that down. You won't want him wreaking havoc in the coffee shop. We don't have any tea today. But the next time you're visiting, maybe I can try brewing the remedy for you. That would mean a lot. Excuse me for a moment. I'm sorry, I have to go now. There's an emergency at the hospital. I think I'll go back now as well. We can share a cab. Alright. Thank you for the drink. I'll probably visit this coffee shop again before I go back. So I'll see you around. Thank you for coming. Take care on your way home. Hey, are you done with your writing for tonight? Kinda. Those two guys kinda remind me of this video I saw online. I would prefer if you didn't start fantasizing. It's a video of wolf pups playing with a baby tiger. It's nice to see friendships that grow in unlikely circumstances. Oh, that video. What? What video did you think I was talking about? You know. Oh, never mind. I was just joking. Please don't do jokes. You're really bad at it. Ouch, thank you. Anyway, it was pretty interesting and productive night. But I need to get some sleep. Yes, please don't forget to get some rest. I'll see you again tomorrow, I assume? Oh, don't you worry. I will be here tomorrow. Night-night. Be careful on your way back. Galahad, ginger chai latte, good to calm yet warm your nerve. Alright, day 3. Let's see. Despite losing a member, Super Smile's latest album sold 1 million copies. Vlogging is now part of a curriculum at some private high schools, Stop workplace racial profiling. The Orcish Workers Union demands. Let's save this just to make sure. First customer. Oh, hello. Welcome. Yo, cup of honey milk, please. Right away. Let's see. Is there anything about honey milk? I guess we'll just wing it. She said honey milk. Milk, and honey, I guess would be the solution. Yep, honey milk. Your honey milk is ready. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, Ari, seems like there's a cat. Oh my god, she got in with me. Hello, kitty. You're so adorable. Relax, it's okay. Hey, kitty cat. What are you looking for? Want some milk? I think I'm in love. Hi, barista. Yes, I'd love some milk. Holy! You look like you've just seen a ghost. No, I mean... I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. It's been a while since the last time I saw a Nekomimi transforming. We rarely do that in public. I guess you don't have that many Nekomimi friends. I won't say I have. You folks usually use your feline form to commute. If I'm not mistaken. That's right. Well, commuting as a cat sounds more practical than commuting as a human. Than commuting in a bipedal form. Kind of. Anyway, before we can continue, can I have my milk, please? Ah, I'm sorry. What kind of milk do you want? Just milk. No additional stuff or anything? No, milk and nothing else. Milk, milk, milk. She just wants milk! Fresh milk for the lady with a pretty smile. Thank you. Are you hitting on an underage girl? I was just giving her a compliment. Thank you for the compliment. It's really good. You're welcome. What's a young girl like you doing alone this late? I'm not a young girl. I'm a grown-up who can take care of herself. I just love that expression while she's trying to clarify that. You don't look like a grown-up. What? I'm 18. Yeah, that's exactly what I'd call too young. Well, I'm not an oldie like you for sure. Oh, here we go. Besides, I've been earning a living since I was 13 years old. So I'm definitely not a kid anymore. How? I'm sure you know. I don't. Oh my, are you? Just say it. If this is something illegal, or if you are in danger, blink twice. Really? With a cute face like mine? Exactly. Seriously, you never see me on TV or social media? Oh, she's a celebrity. I don't want to sound like a snob, but I don't watch mainstream media. Snob. Part of the broke but woke movement, I see. You must be the broke part. I don't see you ordering any drinks. What, too broke for a cup of coffee? She's not that great for business now. Oh, really? Sometimes I wonder, could this coffee shop survive without me? What are you waiting for, Grandma? Make your order. Is this some kind of maid cafe experiment or something? So, what do you want to order? The usual. It was, I want to say coffee, coffee, milk. Oh no, it's just coffee, coffee, coffee. She's a triple shot espresso. Your espresso is ready. As good as usual. Glad you liked it. Wait, a minute? You do look familiar. Are you in a pop group? Are you Rachel Florencia? Florencia? The member of Super Smiles who just graduated? And started her solo career? Uh-huh. We found ourselves a new profile. You're not lost cause after all, Grandma. Oh, there she is, yep. That brings us back to my first question. What the hell are you doing here? Drinking milk. I'm serious. But you can see it with your own eyes, right? I'm really here to drink milk. How come this coffee shop attracts so many weird people? Well, while we do have a lot of unusual customers, this is the first time we've had a famous celebrity visit. To drink milk, no less. Yay, achievement unlocked! No, seriously. Why are you here? Well, you know, the usual young folks' problems. I had a fight with my father, and so here I am. Ah, I see. But is it okay for a celebrity like you to be out alone this late? You don't need to worry about me. I can turn to a cat. Now I'm really worried. Anyway, what happened? My dad. We got into an argument. He doesn't like my line of work. He always saw my profession as something negative. I love what I'm doing. What about your mother? What are her thoughts on your career choice? She passed away a few years ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's alright. Your dad know anything about the entertainment industry? He used to work in showbiz decades ago. So yeah, he does know a thing or two. Fourth customer? Are you kidding? Hey, the Officer Georgie's back. Good evening, Ari. Good evening, girls I've never met before. I just saw you yesterday. Just kidding, Freya. Anyway, Ari. Yes, officer? I need something for my sore throat. Can you get a brother a cup of green tea with lemon and honey? He wants a green tea with lemon and honey. Cough syrup. Your special drink is ready. Well, well, well. What do we have here? It's my special cough syrup. And I unlocked a new drink. Let's see. Oh. We're really friends! His favorite things are the police university, cop stories, and Robert Cop. What I'm doing with my life. Father, 3 beautiful girls. Oh, that's adorable. Good for him. What do you call it? Cough syrup? Of course you do. Let's see whether this drink tastes as good as it smells. Damn. This is great. How's your day going? Anything out of the ordinary on your patrol? Yeah. Anything interesting today? Actually, I witnessed something scary on my shift today. Tell me, tell me. You sure you want to hear it? Yes! The scary thing I witnessed was my salary. Seriously? Yeah, today is payday, and I checked the ATM during my shift. Such a horrible sight. Other than that, than the labor union protest, everything is fine though. How can you say it's fine? We got a young celebrity lurking around by herself. Ain't that strong proof that this area is safe? Hey. Uh-oh, she's... Thank you for the drink and the place to sit. I'm going back now. Oh, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed your time. Uh-huh. Whoops. There goes my business. Who the hell was that? She just sat there and read. I'm sure that's pretty normal in a coffee shop. I mean, you always do that here when you're writing. I guess you're right. Anyway, where were we? Oh yes. What are you doing here, young lady? It's pretty late, you know. I don't have anywhere else to go. And this place looked cozy. I see. So you basically wanted to go to a bar. But you're underage, right? How'd you know? You can read minds now, old man? I have a daughter around her age. It's easy to translate what they say. Especially when you have to deal with them every day. I don't know why you're here, but everything's gonna be okay. You can forget all your problems while you're here. Dude, you're a cop. It's not his job to take care of someone else's daughter. He is a cop. That is exactly his job. Relax, Freya. Don't be so uptight. Yeah. Mr. Policeman here made me feel much safer already. You know it yourself, Freya. This place is very safe. Right, Officer Georgie? Of course, this is the safest place around here. Hey, the endorsement comes with a discount, right? What? Don't look at me that way. You're a cop, old man. Act one. I deal with crimes and public safety. How should I know how to handle someone else's daughter? You should know. You're a father yourself. Oh, right. Guys, you know I can hear you, right? Really? See, Freya, she has good hearing. That should help her protect herself. Anyway, Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel, what brings you here? As I've told the others, I had a fight with my dad. Why are you laughing? Me and my daughter fight every day. Hey, why would you say that? Because it's true. I fought a lot with my kids. That's normal. In fact, whenever we finish arguing about something, we become closer as a family. Huh? Because when things have calmed down, I learned something about them. And they learned something about me as well. As long as we don't leave things unresolved, an argument makes things better. But it happens so often. Tonight was just one among countless others. It wasn't like this before. Before it happened. You mean before your solo career? No, before Mom passed away. What happens after each fight? Nothing. We just don't talk about it. Until another fight starts. Unresolved problems are dangerous. It ain't easy. You gotta understand each other better. As much as I hate to admit it, conflict is always the best way to know someone. Even your own blood. But it was never this bad when Mom was around. She's the only one who understood me. And she also understood your father. Maybe he and your mom also had arguments. But your mom acted as a mediator between the two of you. That's possible. Now that Mom's gone, I don't have anyone act as my guardian. And your dad, he lost his best negotiator. Wait a second. You said this happened a lot. Why did you run this time? My daughter never ran away. Wait. Maybe it's because I'm the one who's always ran away. Using my job as an excuse. I can confirm that. Yeah, I run here a lot. But yeah, I hate to tell you again. You both gotta resolve your issues. Unresolved problems are dangerous. In any relationship. I kinda understand what you're going through, Rachel. I also ran away when I was younger. Are you on good terms with your parents now? I am. When and how did it happen? To be honest, I'm not even sure myself. It just happened. Maybe I should run even farther. I mean, I have my own income. I don't need to rely on my dad. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Why? I'm an adult. No adult would ever say, I'm an adult. Just give yourself time to think, Miss Rachel. And try to understand your father's perspective. I'm sure both of you will be able to solve this. Like adults. You don't need to rush to a decision. I'm not sure about that. Just take your time. But for now I would recommend you just go home. It's really late. I need to go home as well. I can give you a ride. But you don't need to talk to your father right away. Just go straight to your room. At least knowing you're safe at home will give him some peace. That will allow him to think more clearly about everything. You're right. You really are a cop, Georgie. Of course I am. So where do you live, Miss Rachel? In the western part of Neko Town. Oh. That's quite far. You're still gonna drive me home, right? Old man. Of course I will. Should I drive you home too, Miss Freya? Nah, you don't have to. I'm riding my bike. Are you sure? 100% sure. Okay, we'll be off then. Thank you, Ari and Freya. Take care on your way home. Man, you keep winking like crazy at me. See you around, Ari. And there they went. Yes. You can stay longer if you want. Nah, it's fine. I also have to call it a day. How's the rain, by the way? It's getting there. That's nice to hear. I'm juggling a lot of work, though. Barely made my deadlines. I don't know if I can keep this up. Why don't you just come clean? Tell your boss about the publishing office offer. Who knows? Maybe she'll understand. Yeah, right. Great job, Freya. Here, take some money. Go take a vacation and finish your novel. In your dreams. I'm not exactly Employee of the Month. Well, let's see. Based on your story, I wouldn't. Let's see. Death drives. Death drives, but sometimes he commutes. When it happens, you know for sure because his presence is clear all over the news. But still, mostly death drives. I realized this fact after returning from a long trip to Tokyo I took recently. As usual, I drove to work every day thanks to the unreliable public transportation here, and I noticed that every day my life is always on the line. No, not on the line as in, we will eventually die and we don't know when on the line, as in, we are all at war with everyone else. We're in a war between pedestrians, cyclists, motorcycles, cars, and everything else on the road. And during all of that, death is either driving or sitting in a car seat next to us. Ever since realizing this, I started to drive more carefully. I drive as if my parents are sitting next to me and tell me to drive slower, because I know death does not like reckless driving, and he is not as forgiving as my parents. What could be wrong with that? I mean, with stories like that, you've got great work here. You never know. You never know, I might end up on the chopping block. Oh, the pressure. I'm sure about one thing, though. This coffee shop sure has a lot of stories to tell. So yeah, I'll probably be back tomorrow. The door is always open for you. I bet it is. Okay then, take care. Be careful on your way home. Bed chamber, the sleeping coffee again. Well, on this note here, I'm getting a little tired here. I have a shift early in the morning, so I'm gonna leave this episode for today. We might resume this next week, or I might just do this on offs, just in between my official streams and whatnot. Wednesday will probably be Dead by Daylight. I just need to come up with the official avatars and the overlay for that. But until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed this game of Coffee Talk. I'd like to thank Silverbolt Animations for stopping by. It was a pleasure talking to you for a quick second. And for everyone who stopped by to check out what my videos are like, if you liked what you saw, be sure to always follow me. Streamings on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturday, and Sundays. Tuesdays in Art Stream. Wednesday is now going to be Dead by Daylight. This Saturday, unfortunately, Mini Misery is unavailable due to appointments, so we won't be streaming an episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I will probably turn that into one of my other games I have lying around here. That, or I might work on the Dead by Daylight. And Sunday, thanks to Gameplay, I got Scarlet Nexus, so we'll make that Scarlet Nexus Sunday. But we're talking a lot here, so I gotta go. Good night, everyone. Have a great night, and see you all on Saturday.